Welcome into the Corn Crib for Game 2 of a KCL doubleheader between the Prairie Flamingos and the Blue Caps. I'm Alex Ferencz, joined by former right-handed reliever Braden Hartman, scratch golfer Dillon Romano, and Corn Belter's Swiss Army knife Dillon Romano. Is this the first time you guys have shared the mic?
Oh, it sure is. I'm happy to be here with my younger brother. He just turned 20 a couple of days ago, and we're excited to get the ball rolling in his broadcasting career today.
Braden and Dillon sharing the booth today. You guys know you shared the field once before.
We shared the field once before?
Not on the same team, but you guys did play against each other.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Dillon, you want to let the people at home, maybe Braden too, know how that one went?
I think it was a 5-1 ball game, and we had 17 strikeouts.
Oh, Lord. I don't think I was pitching that one. I think
No, we checked. We double checked.
I would have remembered that one, probably.
You didn't get any damage. Taking the hill tonight for the Flamingos will be Roy Ralston. He'll face Drew Ward of the Blue Caps, who digs in from the right-hand side. Takes the rubber to start. A beautiful night for baseball. Rain showers pass through normal early on. The first offer. Misses outside with a fastball. Dillon, you ever lead off?
I used to lead off in high school, actually. I led off every game my junior and senior year.
The 1-0 home. Misses away with a four-seam. How does the approach change batting leadoff versus sitting deeper in the lineup?
It really depends what kind of hitter you are. I've always been an attack hitter, and I love starting off a game with a first pitch hit.
The 2-0. Flied into left field, got some travel on it. Friedmansky camps under it. He'll make the play for out number one. Braden, when you were starting games, were you looking to attack that first hitter differently than the rest of the lineup?
I think you got to start off strong, right? So if whether that's going out of the fastball or placing a fastball, the great John Lester, I think, said I think in his last couple of years, he said he never, ever started a game without throwing a fastball first pitch. And even though the other players probably knew it was coming, he'd place it low enough where he was just that dominant of a pitcher. So you got to start off on the right foot. So I would say definitely attack early.
Griffin Meeker takes a first pitch strike with one away, no one on, no score in the top of the first. Ralston comes set. Cuts it loose. Runs in and hits Meeker. No?
I think that caught the part of the catcher's glove up and in. I don't know if that hit him. It was really close, though.
Ball one, all right. 1-1. Ralston to the plate. Breaking ball clips the zone for a strike. Leo, back in your heyday, where'd you hit in the order?
I was the cleanup man. Got things done that way. In Cooperstown, moved down to the fifth spot, and it worked out nicely. Let's just say I hit a home run my first at-bat.
The 1-2's line shortstop over his head and in for a single. A one-out single for Griffin Meeker, and the Blue Caps have their first base runner of the night.
Nice piece of hitting from Meeker. Pulls a fastball to the left side, and he will step on first, and that's how you come back from an out. And they'll have to throw Butler out there, who will now hit with the runner on first.
It's got to be the worst, Dylan. A line drive just out of your reach as a shortstop.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll be Carson Butler from the right-hand side with the runner on first and one away.
Nothing was out of my reach.
First pitch clips the zone for a strike.
Ralston, the righty from Monmouth College, has 6 innings pitched. He's given up only 3 runs so far this year, but one of them is earned, so really nice work from him.
The 0-1. Clips the outside edge of the zone. Butler doesn't like it. He's down 0-2. Braden, you ever talk to the umpires, try to get them on your good side before your outings?
That was more of our catcher's job, I would say. Our catcher always made sure to shake their hand.
Strike 3 looking. A fastball on the outside edge, and Carson Butler sent back to the dugout on strikes. 3-pitch strikeout. 2 away for the Prairie Flamingos. No score in the top of the first. Colby Glenn digs into the right-hand side with the runner on first and 2 away.
Butler didn't even think of taking his bat off his shoulder.
First pitch. Flied into shallow left field. Dose, the center fielder, comes in on it. It'll be the left fielder, Friedmansky, a diving play. They'll say it dropped in front of him. The runner's on first and third with 2 away. Looked like he caught it.
I think it just barely hit the turf. It was really close, so I think he kind of trapped it a little bit. But really nice effort from Friedmansky, regardless.
I feel like that's one of those balls that Dillon would have sold and would have gotten the out call.
Definitely wouldn't have been happy with the umpire there. Maybe would have had a chat.
Max Greamy looking to drive in the first run of the game. Runners on first and third, 2 away, no score, top of 1. Greamy awaits the first offer. Myers a strike right down Broadway. Is there an art to that, Dillon? Making sure the ump knows you caught it in the air?
There definitely is. I've had few bang-bang plays at second where you just run off the field, flip the ball to the mound, and really just sell that.
The 1-0 misses head high. Ralston behind 2-0. Ralston checks the runners, now comes home. Breaking ball poured into the zone for a strike.
This is a really important game for the Blue Caps, and striking early would be in their best interest. They currently sit at 6-4, second in the Prospect League standings. If they get a win here, they'll get even closer to that Bobcat squad who just lost today.
Greamy goes all the way around on a breaking ball, tried to check his swing but can't. Roy Ralston works around 2 singles to hold the Blue Caps scoreless. So we head to the bottom of the first. No score between the Prairie Flamingos and the Blue Caps. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Back in normal after a scoreless top of the first, the Prairie Flamingos will get a chance at the plate. Braden, as a pitcher, coming out to start the game, knowing your offense put up a 0, is that more pressure? Same?
I would say you just got to ride it, right? Because you got the big 0 putting up. They're doing their job. It's time for you to do your job and hold them to 0 as well. Because there's nothing more motivational than putting up a 0 and then your team goes out back on offense after maybe a flat first inning and with a little more of a charge.
First pitch to Novatoni. It's fouled off his front foot. Doesn't see it. It'll clip foul regardless.
On the mound for the Blue Caps is Chase Lockwood, righty from ISU. Not a whole lot of action in the KCL so far this year. Only 2 innings pitched, but had only 1 run given up. Struck out 1.
He'll play with Corn Belters Jackson Stanek in the spring. Guy that's swinging a pretty hot bat. The 0-1. Fouled behind for strike 2. Stanek, one of those guys, Dillon, who you'd love to hit in front of. You know he's going to drive you in.
Good guy, too, on and off the field.
Lockwood gets his sign. Long pause, now comes set at the belt. The 0-2. Just misses on the outside half. Middle infield for the Blue Caps wanted that one.
It was just a barely outside. Nice pitch regardless. Good spot with the 0-2 count.
Shortstop for the Blue Caps, Butler playing deep in the hole. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove of Hornbrook. It's the first out of the day for Chase Lockwood.
And a nice one there. Sets him up with the slider away and then goes in on the hands and couldn't really catch up to that one. Fouls it right into the catcher's mitt for the strikeout.
Roy Roseman digs into the left-hand batter's box as the Blue Caps defense shifts accordingly. The second baseman, Lucas, deep into the hole on the right side. One away, no one on, no score, bottom of the first. Lockwood comes set. High leg kick comes home. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Roy Roseman, no relation to Corn Belters bench coach Nick Roseman. Although Nick Roseman said maybe he would walk out with him for one of these games. The 0-1 is grounded sharply to second base. Lucas gloves it, double clutches, but makes the play well in time. Part of the beauty of second base, you get a little bit more time.
Especially when a runner jogs down like that.
You weren't happy with the effort from Roseman?
No, not particularly, especially in a league where it's a minor league system for the normal Corn Belters. We already saw the Bobcats, Addison Worthman being brought up this year.
Keaton Davis takes a first pitch breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah, it's one of those names that floats in between the two teams as well. And you're just not going to get the looks if you aren't hustling like that. I get it. It's a sharp ground ball to second. You're probably getting out 95, 98% of the time. But that's one thing I love about Dillon's game is he'll hustle out a ground ball no matter where it is.
1-0 fired in the bottom of the zone for a strike. 2 away, no one on for Keaton Davis. DHing tonight for the Prairie Flamingos. Grounds this one back up the middle. Butler will have a play on it. He'll make it from shortstop over to first in time for the third out of the inning. Blue Caps go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first, and their bats will be back up. Blue Caps bats due up next for the top of the second. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. No score after 1 between the Prairie Flamingos and the Blue Caps in Game 2 of a KCL doubleheader. A day filled with rain, but the skies have cleared up for us nicely at the Corn Crib. Don't let the town name fool you. The weather here in Normal is anything but.
Yeah, I mean, I was driving home the other day, actually, and it was right here. You saw the clouds. That was the night where we had that lightning delay. You saw the clouds out in the distance, but you saw the radar said it was going to miss. I drove home in probably torrential downpour. So it just comes out of nowhere here. I know that the locals talk about the weather a lot. What is the Bloomington bubble they refer to sometimes?
I have heard about that. I just heard about that yesterday for the first time, actually.
Hornbrook takes the first pitch on the outside half for a ball. 6-7-8 due up for the Blue Caps. Roy Ralston gave up 2 hits in the top of the first. Back for a second inning of work. The 1-0. Slide into center field. Dose going back. He has a beat on it. He'll make the play, twisting and turning, but able to corral it for out number 1.
you look and you see that flag out, and right center fielder blowing really hard to the right. We saw it play the ball there a little bit. It started off a little bit to the center fielder's right, but he had to totally adjust and turn his body to make that play. Really nice job by Dose.
Braden Montgomery will dig in with one away. No score in the top of the second. No runners on. Looking to start a one-out rally. Montgomery hits from the right side. The right-hander's deal. Misses with a fastball just above the letters.
Braden, you mentioned the awkward read and the run to the ball by the center fielder there. Now, we don't have experience playing out there. I know you do, Dillon. How much of a factor does the wind actually play in this stadium? We see it all the time in the KCL. We don't see it as much with the Belters.
I think it comes down to preparation, honestly. If you know the wind before the game, you're not going to have issues. But if you don't, it's a huge factor.
2-0 flied into foul territory on the right side. First baseman Barber gives a chase, runs out of room well into the Belters bullpen. Prairie Flamingos using it tonight. A long run from the first baseman. Just ran out of room. Is that a big factor in the game day preparation, the wind? More so here than other places?
I think it goes day to day. Sometimes it's just clear out and you don't have a wind as a factor. But you don't really have to do much to prepare for it, but have it in the back of your head.
100%. The 2-1. Strike two on the outside half with the fastball. One away, no one on for Braden Montgomery.
Ralston has really good command with that fastball so far. He's been placing it well.
Comes home the 2-2. Runs in and clips Montgomery on the hands. It'll be a free pass.
That time he lost a little bit arm side. Maybe didn't get his hips all the way through. Something mechanically wrong there, because he had been placing it well up to this point, but does leave one out a little bit. And unfortunately, it results in a free base.
There's no good place to get hit, but the hands near the bottom of the list. Looks like Montgomery is okay over at first. Sheds his batting gloves. It'll be Trey Schilling hitting with a runner on first and one away. Ralston comes set at the chest. Comes to the plate. Misses inside. That one nearly clips Schilling. How big?
We have a special guest that might join us in a bit. A lot of you know of him, but don't know him personally, as that one's fouled back behind us. He'd be a fun interview should we get him on, and we have a bunch of questions prepared for him.
Were you able to talk to him just now?
So I didn't find him. We're going to check again after the second inning finishes up here. And if we still can't find him, we might throw him a little DM through GroupMe.
The 1-1. Line back up the middle into the gap in right center. The right fielder, Arzola, over, makes the play. Throw to first, not in time. As Braden Montgomery gets back in safely.
It looked like Arzola was thinking for a long time that he'd have to dive for it. Kind of had to adjust. He kind of started to go down a little bit, as you saw. He was lower with his legs and then had to kind of almost, I don't know how to explain it, kind of support himself to make that catch. But a nice play by Arzola. Tracked well.
That goes right back to the wind. That is a double any other day.
Austin Lucas digs into the left-hand side. The 9-hitter tonight for the Blue Caps. Ralston's first offer. Heater clips the inside half of the zone for a strike.
To Dillon's point there, he's correct. This wind, you can tell by watching the American flag here from the booth, it's blowing left to right pretty good. Was able to hang up in right field for Arzola.
The 0-1 spoiled off down the left-hand side into the Blue Caps dugout.
And that slippage that we saw out there that you were kind of alluding to, Braden, we went out there to field some whoosh ball in between innings. It's still wet out there from the rain over the course of the week and this afternoon.
Alex, I don't think I've ever seen you fielding whoosh balls in between KCL games. Can you tell me why that is?
Takes the 0-2 high as the throw back to him skips by it. Braden, I consider myself more of a hitter. I like to be in the box hitting the whoosh balls. Haven't had the chance yet to go shag for some of our young fans.
You might be, I was going to say, you might be a little bit too old to hit it for in between the KCL games. Maybe they would let you. Maybe they would.
No age limit on fun, Braden. Come on.
There are age limits on Legos, though.
The 1-2 slapped down the third base line and fair. Rolls to the corner. Runners get the wave. Second and third. Now the stop sign comes up for Montgomery. It'll be a two-out double from Austin Lucas as he advances on the ball just over the base.
That's that speed.
That way, the way that ball was spinning, it was trying everything it could to go foul, but maybe the wet turf helping out with that one. It slides, stays fair, right near the third base bag, and rolls all the way to the fence there.
There's no maximum age limit on Legos, though, Leo.
Something has a maximum age limit, I feel like. I thought it was Legos. It says like 1 to 99 or something.
You could be right. The first offer to Drew Ward.
I'm looking it up now.
Sorry to tell some of your guys' great grandpas out there, but over the age limit for Lego.
Lineup turns over as Ward takes a breaking ball in the zone for a strike.
It is Legos, by the way. It said 4 to 99, but they've updated the age limit from 4 to 100 plus. So basically just 4 plus.
Yeah, what's the point of putting the 100 on there then? Because that also goes on the previous, the 4 plus. It's the same category.
Yeah, and it's just to highlight that the bricks are for everyone.
Okay.
Unless you're 1 through 3.
Correct.
The 0-1 fouled straight back. 0-2 runners on second and third for Drew Ward. No score, top of the second. Ralston comes to the plate. Misses upstairs with the fastball.
I think that's fair. Dillon and I, our great-grandma, made it to 101, and she was devastated on her 100th birthday. So maybe they updated it for her. I think she wrote in a complaint.
The 1-2. Breaking ball clips the zone. Strike 3 looking. Blue Caps strand 2 runners yet again. Still no score between the Prairie Flamingos and the Blue Caps. So we head to the bottom of the second here at the Corn Crib. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Back in Normal, no score into the bottom of the second between the Prairie Flamingos and the Blue Caps. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but I want to delve into it a little bit more. Sauk Valley faced off against Kankakee. Dillon Romano versus Braden Hartman, 2 guys in the booth with us tonight. Leo, were you at that game watching, following along?
No, I had to attend to my own duties at Notre Dame, but I heard a lot about it. It'll be interesting to hear from not only Dillon Romano, obviously I've heard from him. This is my brother we're talking about. But from Braden's point of view, I know he didn't get in the game, but I'm curious as to how it all transpired down in Kankakee.
I will be honest with you. I don't recall the games a whole lot, to be honest. I'll have to pull up the box score. The ones that I do remember, though, is my freshman year. We had the opportunity to sweep Kankakee. We won the second game only. The first one we gave away.
This is before Dillon's time.
Yes,
there.
that was
Okay.
before. This is
Before
the
my
only one
time.
that I remember. And they've always been, as you know, incredible program, really good program there at Kankakee. So beating them twice would have been a huge deal, but we did split with them. But we had a very fun bus ride after we split with them. We had a player that had came back from Tommy John, and that was his first. He got to save that game. So everyone was pretty fired up. We had a starter that came in that was struggling a little bit that did well. So we thought that was a turning point for the season, which it ended up being.
Before we hear from you, Dillon, 4 pitches went during Braden's soliloquy. Braden Barber, even in the count, 2-2.
Soliloquy. Good word.
I got to find this box score now. You guys are asking me questions.
Ripped through ground ball on the left side for a single for Braden Barber.
I don't even know.
Let's just say I get why you guys would act like it's a World Series game versus Kankakee.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I
But
love the banter.
Dave Lingle knows that we want to stay focused on a game from the past. He'll go on a mound visit to Chase Lockwood. What was the feeling playing Sauk Valley? Was that one circled on the calendar?
Absolutely not. It was a very long bus drive. No disrespect to you, Braden, but that bus ride to the middle of nowhere with the bathroom about 2 football fields away.
Yeah, we had like 2 porta-johns
The far
across the park.
Oh yeah, that was a hefty walk pregame.
No bullpen, by the way. You guys had flat grounds, I think.
We did have flat grounds and
we
a
put
lot
it
of
in.
complaining.
We didn't put it in. We were supposed to have that done, and it was funny because the way that all went down is our coach was like, "Hey, let's build bullpens today." So we're like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing for practice. Because pitchers, we would do like our bullpens, and then we kind of we don't know what to do. So we do that. So basically, what happened was we did ours wrong. Our bullpen was way too close, and then we were just like, we're gonna this is an issue for the spring season, and we never ended up doing it. So all of our opposing teams had to throw on flat grounds for their warm-ups.
Oh, man. And it still didn't matter because the Cavs drove up and got the 5-1 win.
Sounded like pitching was a strong suit in that one. I know, Braden, you didn't swing a bat that day, but
Did not. I gotta find this.
maybe you
box.
should have.
Maybe I should have.
I'll save you some time. I already looked. There's no box score online.
Not on the
Perhaps.
Region 4.
I checked. You couldn't see individual games. It's worth another try. Mound visit is adjourned. Runner at first, no one away. That'll be Adrian Arzola from the left-hand side. Chase Lockwood comes home. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Maybe the words from the manager Lingle inspired some more heat on that fastball.
We had our ace on the mound that game. It was Mason Walker. So he was a young pitcher. That was his freshman year. He did really good that year. And then we went to Hunter Dierkskin and John Sullivan.
The 0-1, a strike on the outside half. Another fastball from Lockwood. In complete control of Arzola, ahead 0-2. Did it feel like their ace?
Absolutely. I did not play well game, I will
Yeah,
say.
looking at the box score,
You don't
it's-
have to say that one out loud.
I won't say that out loud.
Filed
But
away
it's
down the
kinda
left-hand
cool
side.
because looking at this, I'm seeing McCrossin, Cody. I'm seeing guys that, like, it's kind of full circle. It's really cool to
I
see
did play with a
names
couple
that are-
guys that I am playing with now
Yeah.
at the Corn Crib on the Corn Belter. So Peyton Nix, our pitcher that day, pitched for the Corn Belters last year.
The 0-2 looped back up the middle, off the head of the stealing runner, over to first in time. A double play that you may never see again. Braden Barber takes off stealing for second. Arzola loops it into the base path off his head as he's sliding into second. It pops up beautifully for the second baseman, Austin Lucas, who can fire it to first and get the batter, Arzola.
I'm speechless, Alex. I was gonna say I wish it was a home team network broadcast because we were able to see it on the replay, but our cameras at the ballpark not 100% functioning right now. So
No matter what, you
Man.
couldn't see it. But
you
that
just got to take our word for it.
that was one you need to see to believe. 2 away just like that in the bottom of the second. No score. First pitch to Clawiter. Misses in the dirt. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, never in my life. I know sometimes when it hits the runner, it would be a dead ball, so I was a bit confused, but maybe it's a different ruling.
1-0, a
steal.
curveball below the zone. The 2-0 home. Flied foul into the seats on the right-hand side. Is that right? It hits a runner, a dead ball?
Hits a runner as a dead. Like a runner
I don't
advancing,
believe so.
No, the runner would be out. I think it is a live ball. I'm pretty sure anyway. I could
No,
be
it,
totally
it
wrong.
still is. I mean,
Grounded to the
got
first
the double
baseman,
play.
flipped over in time for out number 3. You think there could be some strategy involved in that? A ground ball as, let's say, nobody out, runners on first and second. A ground ball into the path in between
Runner's
first and
dead.
second.
The
The
ball
runner
it's
going
a dead ball.
dead ball.
So
It's
that
a
should
wrong
not have been a
call.
double play. It was the wrong call. Okay, I'm glad I said something. It's a
Justin
dead ball.
Bowling and Mike Wise are umpires tonight. There was no
conversation. No talk.
no one raised an alarm.
No one raised their voices.
Looks like now they're going to talk about
I did see part of the rule. So if the fielder is in front of the runner, it is still a live ball if it hits the runner. But the fielder was behind in that situation, so the ball would be dead.
I just feel like that's something that you don't see that often where maybe the coaches on both sides, they're probably talking about it right now, and I'm assuming they are probably too, because you just never see that often. Reminds me of a play that happened in the game one. I think it was game 1 of last year's NLCS with the Brewers. There was a fly ball hit the center, and Sal Frelick went up to make the catch at the wall, and it kind of tipped off of his glove, and then he caught it on the way down. And the runner had already gone and thought he had to go back and come home.
I
But
thought
he
I
didn't.
was
It's the second that it touches the glove, he can go.
right, and
Which
I thought I was
aware of.
crazy for bringing that up, but now everyone seems to be having this conversation on the field. And to Dillon's point, the runner obviously did not mean to interfere with the second baseman there, but because he was in front of the second baseman, he should have been out. The runner or the hitter should have been safe at first.
No score through 2 here at the Corn Crib. I'm Alex Ferencz alongside Braden Hartman, Leo Romano, and Dillon Romano of the normal Corn Belters. Unfortunately, saw their quest for the first half division crown end. The second half starts tomorrow in a doubleheader here at the Corn Crib.
Safari night, if anyone's wondering. I think we have cool new jerseys.
Wow. Gonna have to
Safari.
tune in for that one as Anthony Couch will start this third inning. It will be Griffin Meeker of the Blue Caps from the right-hand side. 2, 3, 4 due up.
Safari night could get wild.
Roy Ralston still in for his third inning of work, yet to give up a run on a handful of base runners from the Blue Caps. The 1-up. Misses away with a 4-seam. Dillon, splash day looked pretty fun. It looked like the players were getting into it.
I was definitely loving Splash Day. I was able to have a water gun myself and hit my sister with a couple of water balloons, so I had a blast.
2-0. Bounced in. 3-0 to Meeker. If the Blue Caps can win today, they'll vault into first place in the KCL as the Bobcats lost earlier today to the Ground Sloths, who improved to 4-6-1. The Flamingos taking up the rear of the KCL 3-6-1. Ralston's 3-0. Misses head high. It'll be a 4-pitch walk for Griffin Meeker to start the third. If you're wondering how there was a tie in baseball after 7 innings here in our at-home KCL league, it's a swing-off, a home run derby.
Yeah, and I had the privilege of calling that home run derby. We had 140 swings and no balls left the ballpark.
Wow.
It's tough to do.
It is kind of.
After 120, they even switched to their metal bats.
Carson Butler flies this one foul into the seats on the right-hand side.
It definitely is a fun thing to do, but I feel like at the KCL level, probably not. It's because it's kind of rare to see home runs, right? So I feel like a home run derby, it's a great idea and it's fun, but not a whole lot of action. I feel like if you hit one home run, you almost seal the deal for the most part.
It was poorly executed.
Butler lines this one through on the right-hand side, racing all the way into the corner. Meeker gets the wave from third. Now the stop sign will be put on by manager Dave Lingle. A no-out double from Carson Butler.
Butler shoots that right near the first baseman Barber. Little reaction time, and he couldn't quite get in front of that ball, and that'll roll all the way down the line. Nice piece of hitting by him.
Second and third, no one away for the cleanup hitter Colby Glenn. Digs into the right-hand side. Roy Ralston has allowed 2 base runners in each of the first 2 innings, gotten out of a jam both times to keep the Blue Caps offense quiet. Will be a tough task to keep them off the board here in the 3rd frame. First pitch to Glenn. Breaking ball misses away.
Alex, back when you used to play, do you remember a specific game? What sticks out to you when you think of a specific game? Maybe your greatest game of all time.
My personal greatest game?
Yeah.
So we await the 1-0 from Ralston. This is flied into shallow left field. Friedminski, the left fielder, comes in a long way, makes the play, diving, falls over, and the run will come in to score. Tagging from third is Griffin Meeker. The first run of the ball game as the Blue Caps take the lead 1-0 over the Flamingos on a sac fly from Colby Glenn. But now to answer the question the viewers at home have all been waiting for. See, I never had a perfect game like Mitch Romano. I can't add myself to that category.
No, me neither.
But I did all right at the plate myself. I had a 2 home run game in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. I think people are still talking about it.
Dude, I think I saw that story in the news when I looked up your name. I was curious who I was about to work with this summer, and it was the first article.
Max Greamy takes a strike on the inside half. There's a few games you remember vividly, of course. I played soccer longer than I played baseball, but some great memories. Had a fun time at Cooperstown. I hit in the home run derby.
How many did you hit out
The
of the park?
0-1 is fouled off on the right-hand side. If Dillon didn't have to say his stats against Sauk Valley, I think I'll keep my home run total to myself, too.
Okay, well, mine was 2, not in the derby, but during the games. In the games in which I did hit a home run, we were 2-0. When I didn't hit a home run, we were 1-5.
Sounds like you should have hit a few more.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
It's always my fault. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
1 away, runner on second. Blue Caps lead 1-0. The 0-2. Heater upstairs. Had Roseman up on his feet to make that catch.
I like the idea going with the high heat there, but not a competitive pitch. I think he wanted that one a little bit lower. Doesn't bait a swing. Let's see what he goes to next.
The 1-2. Breaking ball just misses the zone for ball 2. The guy that won the home run derby my week of Cooperstown, we faced his team, and we talked about on the broadcast the other night that I wasn't a pitcher myself, but I got the call down probably 17-0 at this point, and these guys are hitting lefty. But the home run leader, the 2-2, is fouled straight back. The home run leader, the guy who won the derby, kid is 6'3". I'm not quite that.
Yeah, one of those IDs that said, like, I am 12.
I think I saw his plane land in for the week to play for them, and it was the North Carolina Blue Sox. I believe they did very well in the tournament. Didn't win. I celebrated when they lost. However, I step up against him. I'm thrown in the game. It's like, all right, let's let Alex have a few pitches. You know what I'm saying? I get him up 0-2. He probably fouled him off, I have him 0-2. I'm feeling real good about myself. As Roy Ralston comes set for the 2-2. Spoiled away. We'll do it again. Feeling real good about myself. I think, hey, maybe I'll try this changeup I've been working on.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Changeup. Locate it pretty well, as good as 12-year-old Alex Ferencz could. It's a pop-up. I point up. I turn around. That thing is gone 350 feet over the fence.
You point up, too. That's the best part of the story.
The 2-2. Misses away with the breaking ball.
I have a story like that in Cooperstown. I actually pitched 1 inning. First batter let up a 3-run home run and had an umpire who was just there to watch our game scream "can of corn" once the ball was hit.
Oh, my gosh.
And that ball was gone by a lot.
I've also let up a 430-foot bomb to straightaway center after downing a 16-inch sub from Jimmy John's. That was no fun.
Runner takes off the payoff pitch outside. Butler takes third. Greamy, a walk, a quality at bat. It'll be runners at first and third for the Blue Caps. Every single player on my team when we went to Cooperstown gave up a home run. If that tells you how we did.
I don't think any other team has done that in Cooperstown.
We won so you have group play and then you make it to the bracket stage. We won 2 bracket games. So we did all right for ourselves. But, yeah, a lot of balls left the yard.
See, I would have, as a coach, never let that happen because as soon as all of my guys but one was let up a home run, I would not let the last guy even touch the baseball.
Hornbrook takes a first pitch ball, throw down the runner. In time, Max Greamy caught stealing for the second out of the inning.
Excellent throw, excellent tag, textbook. Roseman puts it right next to the bag and a beautiful tag made by Couch, and now that's a much-needed out for him.
2 away, runner on third for Caleb Hornbrook.
Watching those throw downs reminds me a lot of when Dillon himself used to be a catcher.
1-0 misses away to Hornbrook. When did the change happen? When did you move to the middle infield?
It was about when I was 13 or 14. I was not growing yet, to be completely honest, and I got trampled by a guy who was about 6'5" at the age of 14 and almost broke my ankle.
The 2-0 misses. No, it clips the zone for a strike.
Might have been a little bit generous.
And
Nice
let's just
spot,
say
though.
my mom was not very happy and made me switch to the infield.
That actually led to one of my better moments on the diamond.
2-1. Slide foul into the seats.
I was on the bench for that half inning, and then my dad yells at me to go into catch for my brother. And I said, Dad, I don't catch. I don't even own a catcher's glove. I don't have equipment. His equipment's not going to fit. So we brought in the center fielder to catch, and I was put out into center. And we were playing a team, the Cardinals. They were undefeated, maybe 14-0 at this point.
2-2. Breaking ball dropped into the zone. Strike 3. So the Blue Caps strand 2, but score 1 in the top of the third. They lead 1-0. Please continue, Leo.
Yeah, of course. So it's against the Cardinals. We're down. And I track the ball to my glove side and fly in like a plane. Oh, here's our special guest.
Coach Billy Du Bois, please put on the headset real quick.
Real quick.
I gotta go text Roadhouse.
One question. We have one question for you. Thank you so much for joining us. Manager of the Normal Corn Belters, Billy Du Bois.
Round of applause for manager Billy Du Bois.
Billy, just a quick question. Would you recruit this player? So you're looking at college stats, and you see a guy. He's a JUCO right-handed reliever. All right? JUCO.
Okay.
Just finished his freshman year. He played in 12. He had 12 appearances, including 6 starts across 37 innings. His ERA 6.57, but 24 Ks.
Do I pick him up?
Do you sign this guy? Give him a chance.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't look at stats.
Okay.
I never look at stats because the coach, all the guys that I get are from coaches that I've known forever. A lot of guys I get, I've coached the coaches that send me guys, so they know what kind of guys I want. Why look at stats? You know, I don't know. Did he pitch in February when it's 30 degrees, 40 degrees? Did he hit in February? No, he did not.
Braden, when did you pitch? Those were Braden's stats.
But
this was our idea, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's like I mean, personally, I was a terrible spring hitter. I couldn't hit in the spring. It was cold. I hated it. I was a summer guy. 90, 100 degrees. Yeah, I was an all-star. So, you know, if you have a bad spring, it doesn't matter. You put a new uniform on at summertime, it's a whole nother game. I think it's a whole nother game. Now, when you do have a bad spring or a good spring, if you do have a bad spring, it's nice it's your exhale, man. I get start up new uniform. It's a whole nother season, right? If you have a good spring, let's keep it rolling. But again, I don't look at stats. To be honest with you, the only thing I look at stats on pitchers is innings, because I'm like, okay, this guy's probably gonna get shut down, so let's have a backup plan. Hitters, no, it don't matter. I know Romano right here. He didn't play at all this spring, so I know he's gonna be fresh. He's probably gonna start off slow. You know what I mean? That's projectability. He's probably going to start off slow, but come mid-season, he'll be the guy who'll be able to last all summer. Then you got guys that, you know, if you look at guys that maybe 100, 200 bats, 100, 150 bats, he might not last all summer. He's going to get hurt or he needs a break. So it's, you know, after 27 years, it's, you know, there's a little little method to the madness, I guess.
And there's guys like Stanek who we can just throw out there every day. Let's
Stan's
let
a
him
man.
hit. Yeah.
Stan's a man. We got 3 rules, man. I just made up the last one. Don't be late. Give a crap when you get here, between the lines, and Stan gets when Stan hits, he hits pearls for BP. That's it.
All right. That's perfect. It's the bottom of the third underway. Coach, do you mind if we ask you one more question, or you got to get out of here?
Go ahead.
So how does it work? Addison Worthman started in the KCL, hit 800. How does that process work where you're talking to these guys' coaches, or you saw him play, or how does he get the call up?
No, I wanted to get Worthman 2 years ago. No, 3 summers ago. It just never worked out. I had a couple. I had 5, 6 outfielders. I couldn't take any more. He calls late. I called him one year. He couldn't. He couldn't commit to me yet. So I went and got him. This year there's a need. We had Kuska go down.
Mm-hmm.
We had Keyser go down. I need a big bat. I knew he was right there. We knew we were going to sign him probably second half. I try not to sign second half guys, but we need a bigger bat. I need a bigger bat, a little bit more pop. So he was right there. Let's get him. And he's unsigned right now. So those unsigned guys just seem like they
Try a little harder. Yeah.
To be honest with you. So,
Thank you so much for joining us. Billy DuBois, manager for the Normal Corn Belters. Enjoy the Texas Roadhouse.
I appreciate it.
Pick things back up here in the bottom of the third inning. First batter reached, I believe, on a walk. Not sure any of us were watching that one, but runners on first with no one away, 1-1 to the batter, Grant Dose. Hitting from the right-hand side, flies this one into center field. Ward going back. He has a read on it. He'll make the play. Anthony Couch will retreat to first. 1 away here in the bottom of the third.
I was going to say, Ward better hustle. Kind of took him a second to get the right read on it, but he does at the very end and is able to run it down.
Blue Caps lead over the Prairie Flamingos 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Runner on first with 1 away for Blaine Friedmansky. Hits from the right-hand side. Chase Lockwood back for a third inning on the hill. First offer. Misses downstairs with the four-seam. The 1-0. Line foul into the seats on the right-hand side. An electric guest appearance.
Oh, that was a ride. I'm so glad that we got to ask him that question. That was the surprise that we were talking about pregame.
You guys are too much.
The 1-1. Grounded sharply to short. Butler can't have the turn. He'll go to first instead to Lucas. It'll be 2 away. A runner moves into scoring position for the Prairie Flamingos.
You guys said that ERA and my ears perked up a little bit because I knew it was close to that.
Yeah, you know what? Alex actually called that before the game. He said, I have a feeling that Braden's going to recognize some of these numbers.
That was the only one I really recognized, to be honest.
Okay. That makes sense.
That second year kind of messed it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
it moved it up to 6.57. I paid way more attention. Here's the other thing: if you play for a while, I feel like we can get so caught up in stats, but it's all about, like he said, it's all about who you are, what type of player you are. My freshman year, I was always looking at my stats after games. I'm like, okay, my ERA is here. If I go out and I throw up no runs in this one, if I only give up a run, this is what it's going to be. But after that, it's all about just coming to work every day. It's a different situation. You never know. Just being that type of player to be versatile.
Poured in a strike. 1-1 the count to Alec Novotny. 0-2. 2 away. Runner on second. Prairie Flamingos looking to even this up at 1 in the bottom of the third. Chase Lockwood comes set now to the plate. Grounded softly back up the middle. Butler will have a beat on it. Fires over to first in time for the third out of the inning. Blue Caps hold the Prairie Flamingos and keep the lead 1-0 after 3. Dillon, does that make you feel better or worse that Coach Billy DuBois didn't look at your stats before he signed you on?
I guess it could make me feel a little bit better in a sense because I had no stats. But maybe it's good that a coach had to put in good words for me to get here. So that can make me feel good for sure.
100%. And there was good stats at Kankakee before.
There were
did
decent
look.
stats before.
Just maybe not against Sauk Valley.
No. We did. We got to stop bringing that one up.
Yeah.
we,
I think
we're
Alex-
beating that to death.
We'll step aside and we'll be back with you for the top of the fourth. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Back for the top of the fourth action here at the Corn Crib. Blue Caps lead the Prairie Flamingos 1-0. It's a new arm on the mound. Roy Ralston's night is done after 3 innings of work and just 1 runner scored.
Boston Cats is going to get the ball up there with some of the leaders in innings, as it's 7 1/3 innings.
Sounds like Flying Ryan's listening in. This is Dillon Romano alongside Leo Romano, Braden Hartman, and Alex Ferencz. Dillon Romano, the star of the show, Corn Belters utility man. Worked through some injuries, still hit above the Mendoza line in the first half. First offer home. His first pitch is taken for a ball.
Cats kind of old reliable for the Flamingos. As I said, the high inning count and have put in a lot of work so far for this Flamingo squad.
Montgomery grounds this to second base. Easy play for Couch. Made it look routine. That's 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fourth for the Blue Caps. 7, 8, 9 due up. 7 went down. This is 8. Trey Schilling lined out to right field in the first.
With Boston Cats on the mound, I kind of want to ask you guys, is there another city that you would name your son or your daughter after? I feel like there are a few good ones out there. Boston, I actually think, is a very good one.
First offer to Schilling, poured into the zone for a strike.
Charlotte. Charlotte's a common one.
The 0-1 misses away.
For a
Georgia.
girl. That's a state. I asked for a city.
The 1-1.
Georgia, great name, though.
Line back up the middle. It'll be a 1-out single for Trey Schilling. I think it's easier to think of some bad ones. I can't imagine naming my kid Kankakee.
That's true. That's true.
Just imagine living in Kankakee.
Illinois wouldn't be too good of a name either.
Are there any
Yeah, the only state that makes sense is Georgia. You're right about that one.
First pitch to Austin Lucas. Misses downstairs. 1-0. Runner on first with 1 away here in the top of the fourth. Blue Caps.
No one's ever like, yo, what up, New York?
Haven't heard it.
No.
just looked this up, and Jack Sikma.
The
is
1-0
from Kankakee, Illinois.
grounded to third base, over to second, no turn. They'll get the lead
Who's
runner,
that?
Schilling.
Zach, you don't guys
Oh,
know
Hall of
Jack
Fame.
He
Sikma
went to
is?
Illinois
Famer.
Wesleyan. His number's retired
He's from Kankakee.
right
Hall of
near
Famer.
the
Ball
Gym.
knowledge.
Talking about people from Kankakee, King Vaughn is also from Kankakee.
There you go.
He makes that quite obvious, doesn't he?
He does in
He
his
does.
music.
He does.
You want to give us a lyric, Braden?
No, probably not. We did listen to a song by him on the way back from their place. I bet you could probably assume which one it was, but
Pitch to Drew Ward, bounces early on. It'll be 1-0, 2 away, runner on first. We talked about Fetty Wap in last night's broadcast via a walk-up song. The 1-0.
Dylan, what's your favorite Fetty Wap song? We all had to answer it, so you're going to have to answer here.
Strike on the inside half.
If you even have one.
Gosh, I don't know if I have one off the top of my head.
I didn't either.
I'd have to look up his music.
The 1-1 runner breaks for second. Throw down. Not going to even get there. It slips out of the hand of Roseman.
I think he was just frustrated, actually. I mean, he had it, and he kind of just tossed it down to the side. He knew he had him. If he threw it, he would have probably had him by plenty.
By the way, anyone who was listening yesterday, tuning back in today, the song we named as our favorite Fetty Wap song is not the name of the song. It's not called 1738. It is called Trap Queen. So I believe, Leo, you said those were your two favorites. I think that's just one song, the 1-2.
All right, well.
Spike throw, back pick. It's going to skip all the way to center field.
To be fair,
advance.
You did tell me they were two different songs, so I was going on you. I trusted you in that situation. Rap isn't really my forte.
Way to throw me under the bus.
No, well, I mean, if you're going to throw me, I'll throw you. Actually, that's not nice. I'm sorry about that.
The
That's
2-2.
not nice.
Chops softly to third base. Checks on the runner. 2 away. Makes the play. Over to first is Clawiter. And the Flamingos get out of it. Blue Caps strand a runner, but still lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Prairie Flamingos bats due up. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube.
Welcome back to Normal, Illinois. Nicholas Curry will get the ball. He's on the mound for the Blue Caps. He's a right-handed thrower. So far in KCL action, only has 2 innings pitched, so he's going to get some work tonight.
He's a guy that Billy Du Bois had his eye on. Wanted a scouting report from us up here in the booth. Be sure to hustle that along. We thank Billy Du Bois for coming on the broadcast. A great guest appearance.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
No offense, Dillon. He may be the best guest we've had so far in the booth.
I'll take that.
You're an obvious second.
Has there been a third?
No.
1A, 1B. 1A, 1B. But I do believe these are the first 2 guests. We're very grateful that you guys take the time to join us. A dream guest for the booth. Anybody?
A dream guest.
I would love to have a Sauk Valley hitter that played in that game against Kankakee. Hear what it was like striking out 17 times.
You're going to see the viewer count start going down. We keep talking about that.
Enough Sauk Valley, man.
Yeah. The staple of junior colleges, Sauk Valley.
Did we talk about what happened when Kankakee played Sauk Valley this year?
I wasn't a part of that. So
There was
I
a
didn't
no-hitter
follow that
thrown.
one. Oh, really?
Wow.
There was.
Really? Any idea who that might have been?
Joseph Catalano threw a 7-inning no-hitter against Sauk Valley.
Curry's first pitch is a fastball away for a swinging strike.
Is there any chance, Dylan, you know what Joseph Catalano's father does for work?
Next pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1.
My high school athletic director had the last name Catalana. Wonder if there's any relation. I'm gonna guess you don't.
I'm
You
gonna
didn't
guess-
ask him.
Yeah, do not know.
Next pitch is away. Dillon, something I know that you know this, and that the junior college season is a long and grueling one, especially combining the fall with the spring. Something that I know Salk dealt with this past year is injuries. We also had dealt with it my sophomore year. What is something that you would do to make sure that you're staying healthy for how long of a season it is?
I think it's a lot about sleep and recovery, and keep lifting throughout the season. I got hurt on like more of a freak accident, so it wasn't really about me being able to play day in, day out. So that was a little bit unfortunate for me, but it's more about just taking care of your body, eating right, and staying mentally there.
And even when you did get hurt, you were still producing on the field for the Cavaliers.
I did end up playing. I got hurt and played 36 games through my injury.
Takes a lot of drives. Swing and a miss from Roseman. He's set down on strikes, and that is a first at-bat strikeout for Nicholas Curry.
Curry is actually a good friend of mine. He is on the Corn Belters roster coming off of Tommy John. And this is, I think, one of his first appearances back. I've stood in the box. I've actually hit off of him once or twice throughout his recovery.
Something I know about coming back from Tommy John, sometimes if you have it, especially multiple times, you almost have to reinvent how you throw.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people that get Tommy John are kind of off to the side, and they have to learn how to make sure that you're here and you're here. And it's really hard coming back from because of the mental thing, right? Because you're so used to it. We're creatures of habit. So you're so used to just being mechanical and throwing, but now you have to think on top of that, and that can be really hard. So I hope that Curry, he looks good so far mechanically. Fires a fastball right in there for a strike. 1-2.
Sometimes hard to regain the velocity. We've
Exactly,
seen that
yeah.
with Yat in his outing last night. It's not an easy injury to come back from.
Misses low. Moves the count to 2-2.
Interesting thing, I believe now some kids are getting Tommy John on their way up to prevent having to do it later on.
I've never heard that before. You'll have to tell me more about that.
I believe get that UCL restored so that when you head to college or beyond that it's not an issue.
Huh.
Would that be bracing surgery
I
instead
believe
of the full
bracing.
reconstruction?
Yeah.
So that it was just like minor repairs or something like that? I've never heard about that. Huh. That's kind of a gamble, I would think, as that pitch misses and Keaton Davis will walk over to first, and they'll have a runner on first with one out. That's kind of a gamble because you're going in, you're messing with things, and is it worth it at that point? I guess if you were maybe having a little bit of pain or a little bit of discomfort, maybe doing a small little thing like that.
I don't believe you would just do it out of the blue. I
Well,
think it's
no.
if the hints are there a little bit
Correct.
preemptive.
That maybe you're like the pre-stages of it, yeah. First pitch is in there for strike one. After striking out the first batter he saw, he will walk the second. We'll see what he can do against Braden Barber, who will now step in. Batting righty. Davis not going from first. That pitch is swung on and missed, and moves the count to 0-2. Davis, his body language told me he was going, but not very far from that bag. Next pitch, ripped into left field. That's going to be a base hit into left field, and it's going to go farther. He kicks away from the left fielder and all the way to the wall. One run is going to score. He's going to take a big turnaround second, but will retreat back, and that is a costly misplay out there in left by Glenn. That brings in a run.
Just like that, the Prairie Flamingos equalize it, tie this one up at 2.
Definitely a hard play out there in left with the ball skipping like this with the rain and the slippy turf surface.
definitely sped up the ball more than it originally would have. It looked like it was going to be just your routine single in the left, and then the ball just kept on going. Glenn had to try and catch up to it, and he couldn't quite do it. He had to slide at the end, and that's when the ball kicked away.
Saw a similar play in the Corn Belters morning game earlier this week. A ball in the left field corner danced away from Addison Worthman, raced all the way to the wall.
First pitch is a strike in there from Curry. Next one is a way fastball, and it had Arzola fooled. Swung right through it. Couldn't really get a good swing on it, and that moves the count to 0-2. And Curry has him right where he wants him. Comes set. Looks over at second, then comes home. Goes away with the fastball again, and this one's fouled back to the backstop, so he does catch a piece of that one, and the count will remain 0-2. Looking up at the scoreboard, your score is tied at 1. A lot of more game to be played here in the top of the 5th. Sorry, bottom of the 4th. Next pitch. Called strike 3. Got him. The outside off-speed pitch. Drops it in there for strike 3.
Justin Bowling calling balls and strikes. Mike Wise, our field umpire tonight. I think an ABS challenge would have overruled that strike 3.
I would have tapped my helmet.
I'll bring up Clawwitter. At least in my eyes, it's easy to tell where he is. He has his blue helmet on. First pitch to him is low and away for ball 1.
What color helmet would you rock?
I'm kind of a plain guy. I'm kind of a boring person, so I'd rock. I mean, if we were like colored black, I'd probably wear a black helmet. Or if we had like red accents, maybe a red helmet. This ball's ripped into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Will they send the runner from third? They will. The throw comes in from left. It's offline. No play at the plate. And Clawwitter will slide into second. He has to grab it at the end to prevent himself from sliding all the way through, but he does get into second. And that is a single, and he'll advance to second on the throw. And now the Prairie Flamingos take a 2-1 lead, and they still have a runner in scoring position.
Braden, you posed your batting as an if, but in my research today, as we prepared to ask Billy Du Bois if he would potentially recruit you, I saw some high school articles from Sterling. Looked like you could swing it pretty good.
I can't believe you guys went that deep, but yeah, I was all right.
We had to go.
I would say defense was not my strong suit. I played third base, and on turf it was all right because I could read it easier, but the second we went to dirt,
I think
a little bit of a liability over there.
I think we should have asked him instead of on your pitching stats, your hitting stats, because they were also really impressive.
I appreciate that. That pitch is away, moves the count to 1-1. Unfortunately, never had a home run. I came close 3 times. One that I remember actually hit. We had one of those signs for the yardage. It hit that on the fly, and I thought I had my first one there. Didn't. That next pitch is in there, moves the count to 1-2.
And that's how you know, Braden, you never hit one. You remember the almost.
Yeah, you always count the almost, right?
I think I hit 670 my senior year, but it was a shortened season for myself as I took some time off mid-season to do a play.
Oh, slider misses away. What play was that?
Oh my gosh.
You don't remember
I was
the
a
play?
substitute teacher. It was actually the main role.
Chopped foul to the left side.
The lead actor, if you will. My name was Mr. Nash.
Dillon, was the team devastated to see Leo go?
I don't really think the team knew Leo was playing until he got there with the last 5 or 6 games left to play.
The 2-2 from Curry. Up and in.
Yeah, I really just joined the team that year to be on the same squad as my brothers once more. We grew up playing together for 10, 12, 14 years. So it was a special season for sure, but...
Fastball away, just misses.
Oh, I got the name. It was called Virtual Congress.
Do you
Virtual
remember?
Congress.
My next question is going to be, what was that about?
So, as I said, right, I was the substitute teacher, and I came in...
The substitute teacher was the lead role?
It was, yes,
Okay.
because I was teaching on Congress, and, you know, all the kids at the beginning were yelling, "Oh, where's our teacher? Where's our teacher?" And I'm like, this is what the teacher left for us. I forget what the name of the professor I was substituting for was, as that one's in for a strike. The rest of the show was just me trying to tame all the students because, to be quite honest, it was a crap show.
Ground ball to third. This is going to be routine. He'll make the play, and he'll step on third, and that is going to end the inning. We'll go to the next half inning. Your score, 2-1. We'll be back.
Braden, before we break, the risk of sounding like a stalker, I was doing my research in the Hartman department. It said activities, band, and choir. What instrument?
Oh, how do you guys find this stuff? I can't believe this.
There's a lot more online about yourself than you would think.
That's almost creepy.
The shining star of Sterling, you know.
I would say. So I played trombone in band, and I was a bass in choir. I started off as a tenor, but then quickly found out that was not for me. I was not able to sing the high notes, couldn't quite get up that high, so I went down to a bass. And so, yeah, I was in band for 3 years of high school, and I did it in middle school, and choir the same. I was in there. Well, I would have started choir 7th grade, and I went all the way through high school for choir.
Talking about choir, I was actually in a gospel choir in high school. Yeah,
I see.
I joined the gospel choir, had a good few outings, if you like to call them that.
Outings.
With my
I guess we could call it
twin brother and my little sister, actually.
I see.
We also had a family band together. I was on the alto sax. Dillon played the guitar. Our brother Mitch, he played the piano, and our sister would come in to sing every now and then or play the fiddle. And we had a good time with that. We also had a good time. So this was when we were homeschooled. And when we were homeschooled, the both of us, along with our brother, Coco would join too. She wasn't officially homeschooled, but she attended more days of homeschool than she did her regular school, meaning she had a lot more absences than she did presence at school. We were part of the Chicago Children's Homeschool Choir. A lot of interesting stories come with that. Some we cannot share. But that was also a fun time. It was part of our mom's plan to let us explore the world a little bit more, get out of that traditional sense of school.
Katz remains on the mound for the Prairie Flamingos. That ball's hit over to first. Tough play, but he does gather it. He'll flip it over to Katz. He'll step on the mound. On the base. And that is going to be your first out of this inning.
You mentioned bass as your position in the choir, Braden, but I took it up in the orchestra back in the day.
Yeah.
Played in 4th grade, 3rd and 4th grade, I believe. I was fantastic at the, pizzicato. You use your fingers to play the strings. When we went to the bow, didn't like it as much.
Next pitch is away for a strike.
And
0-1.
Turns out the bow is a pretty big part of playing the bass.
Yeah, it is pretty. A big priority to have that.
Got to know how to use it.
0-2 on the slider from Katz.
Anyone ever play the harp?
No, never played the harp.
Not sure I've ever seen a harp in person. Only in...
Come to think of it, I don't think I've either. This ball's hit in the air to left center field. This is going to probably get over his head. Will it? Wow, what a play. The center fielder, Dose, ran it down. That ball off the bat I thought was going to be a one-hopper off the wall, but Dose did a really nice job. He's doing great out there.
When you mention harp, it makes me think of the fable. You're going to have to help me out with the name, but the magic jelly beans grow a giant beanstalk, and there's a giant at the top.
Jack and the giant
beanstalk. There you go.
You were so close.
I forgot about Jack. That's on me.
In the YouTube chat, drop your guys' favorite fable. You can't believe that. The one with the beanstalk. Lined into right field. That's going to be routine for Arzola. He'll make the catch. Quick work for Katz. Nothing short of excellent from him. We'll go to the next half inning. Your score remains 2-1. Welcome back to Normal, Illinois. Leading off for the Prairie Flamingos is going to be number 1, Blaine Friedmansky, and then we'll send it right back up to the top where Novotny will take it at bat. Throw goes down to second. We're ready to start this bottom half of the 5th.
Braden, if you don't mind, at some point, I kind of want to hear Dillon do a play-by-play of a batter.
We could do that. We could do a celebrity
A celebrity play-by-play.
We should have had Billy do one. That would have been,
That would've been electric.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought of it a little too late.
First pitch is in there for strike 1, inside part of the plate. Drops a slider in there for strike 2.
Trenton Bridges takes over on the mound for the Blue Caps. Nicholas Curry's night is done after 2 runs came across in the 4th frame by the Flamingos bats. You don't often see a mound visit up 0-2.
I don't know. I think there's probably he went fastball and then maybe a curveball. Maybe they're talking about what they want to do here. He has one to waste. Ripped over there to shortstop. Ball comes flying for the other side of the field. The throw is offline. They're going to say he was tagged. They're going to say he got him barely.
That's a
on
bad
the left
call.
arm, and he is going to walk back. He's not happy about it. Very tough play, but obviously there's nobody else on the field that could have seen it. Can't really appeal. I don't know what he's going to ask for appeal, but the home plate umpire obviously probably has no idea.
He might have had a better view, though.
You think so?
That's something you see, though, with the ball rolling on the field. That's something you see in AAU basketball where there's multiple courts next to each other. Maybe a ball goes on. Or a soccer, one rolls in from another field. Baseball, you rarely see another ball enter the field of play. Not sure what happened. I don't even believe from the bullpen. Looked like it came out of the dugout.
It also happened during a Corn Belters game this season. Someone had a moon ball that ended up in left field. Shout out our cousin, the birthday boy. He actually turns 14 today. He came by a couple of weeks back, and I think it paused play for a moment. He ended up getting it back, too.
He launched one from the stands?
It was an accident, he claims. I would not have let him get that ball back. I don't know how it ended up returning to him.
He may have got confused.
So they're going to put him on first. So they're going to overturn the original call. Manager Dave Lingle from the Blue Caps is going to get an explanation from the home plate umpire.
I told you it was a bad call. They corrected it.
Although, you ever watch the movie Rookie of the Year, where the Cubs fan launches the home run ball back? It's so quick they sign him to a contract. Maybe your cousin was looking to get a deal with the Corn Belters.
He's looking to get a deal in college football one of these days. He's 14 years old as of today and stands at, Dillon, what is it, 6'3"?
It's got to be up there. He is a
6'4".
tall child.
His dad has experience at the D1 level. Our uncle, he played wide receiver at Stanford and was a pretty consistent catcher for that Stanford team back in his glory days, he would call it. 586 receptions. No, sorry, yards. 586 yards.
So
Receptions that'd be a ton.
We'll take the first strike in there. Slider in there. First strike 1.
586 receptions would have been very impressive. Yards, not too shabby.
No, and that was all in his senior year. An impressive senior year for that.
Ripped in the air to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to send the runner from second to third. Throw is cut off. And so it's going to be runners at the corners thanks to Alec Novotny.
So you would say, Leo, Stanford, lucky there was no play that fall?
Stanford, yes, yeah. Stanford's lucky that there was no play for my uncle to take part in that fall. And he actually ended up leading the charge in a win over our very own Notre Dame Fighting Irish at Notre Dame Stadium. Pretty special moment. He'll never forget he had 12 receptions in that one for nearly 100 yards.
First pitch to Roseman is low and in the dirt for ball 1.
Roseman 0 for 2 so far tonight. A ground out to second base and a strikeout back in the fourth.
Did anyone comment their favorite fable?
We've yet to see a fable. Not sure if Ryan Farms is still listening.
Fouled off to the right side. That moves the count to 1-1.
Every new member who joins the Corn Belters on our road trip has to share a fun fact about themselves. And Ryan, the bat boy for the Corn Belters, shared his YouTube channel.
Ripped over to short. That's going to get through and score a run. Both runners. The runner will advance to second. And Roseman gets in on the action with a single of his own. And that will bring forth Keaton Davis.
Ryan Farms got quite the cheer from the bus. But, Leo, I heard that your own fun fact got quite an applause.
Yeah, my fun fact, I actually don't remember all of them because I gave quite a few. Obviously, I have a brother on the Corn Belters. It was back to that Cooperstown game.
Driller over to short. He's got it. Throw across his body. He's a little high. And they're going to call him safe, but I think he clearly tagged him.
Yeah, I think that was a try-to-be makeup call for a call you already made up.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one. So that one, the throw was high. He jumped up to grab it and came down and just to be safe, put it on him. He was standing in front of the ball when in front of the bag when he came down. So we have to assume that the runner hadn't made it to the base yet then, I would assume. So if we're putting that all together, I think they got a little bit of a break there.
Greamy has some words with Mike Wise, the field umpire, who sheepishly made that call, perhaps not wanting to be wrong twice in a row. Although I think that is indeed the case as Dave Lingle comes to the mound. Trenton Bridges has to feel hard done by. A couple of ground balls, and he's looking at nobody out.
Just not finding the guys. The ball's not bouncing the way they want it to. So they're going to take a meeting at the mound. The outfielders will converse. At least the right fielder and the center fielder will. The left fielder is on his own island out there.
Dillon, what do you take as your role in these mound visits? As a middle infielder, are you chiming in? Are you staying quiet?
You don't really say much as a position player unless you kind of see something that you want to be addressed. It's more of just a time for the pitcher to take a deep breath and kind of figure out his approach for the next batter. You give him a little tap on the back, tell him you got him, and that you're going to make a play for him right at the end there, and then get back to your position. Just talk to the guys around you, make sure you know what you're about to do with the baseball, and just play with your intuition.
The bases are loaded. First pitch inside nearly got Braden Barber on the inside part of that plate, but it just dances by him, and it'll only be a ball. So 1-0. Next pitch, ripped in the air to center. This one's back there, and another misplay, but he does make the catch. Thrown in, that's going to score a run. And a well-executed sac fly from Barber scores another run and moves the lead to 4-1.
Looked as though Ward lost that one out in center field, was camped in one spot, and at the last moment raced about 5 paces to his left, able to haul in the play. And they are going to say that the throw in the runner, Roseman, who was on second base, they're going to say he tagged too early, perhaps leaving when the ball was expected to be caught, but Ward making a last-ditch effort to his left makes the play. So Mike Wise, after he put Roseman on the base paths wrongfully, he takes him off wrongfully as well. So maybe everything's right in the world now.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And I bet he knows that. But, yeah, he's getting a lot of attention, that base umpire out there.
Wearing a hoodie, I think a sign of weakness. Dillon, maybe you can let us know. But
I definitely be arguing with this umpire a little bit tonight. Sharing a few words, kind of course.
First pitch is away for a ball. This ball's hit in the air to right. No doubt about this one. This one's going to be up near the concourse, and the Flamingos break this one open.
Yeah, Arzola gets all of that one, sends it into the grandstand. But if you're the Flamingos, you got to be a little upset. That one isn't worth 3 runs when Roseman, I believe, clearly tagged up from second base.
Arzola gets in on the fun in a big way. And that'll make the score 6-1. That is his second of the year.
Even if he did leave early there, that's something you kind of want to avoid on a hard play for a center fielder, especially when you're running back. There's no way you're going to get thrown out at third, so leaving early is kind of just disappointing.
Clawwitter stands in. He dribbles one over. Third baseman's going to make the play. Throw over, way off, and that's going to go off the dugout. Trying to get to second is Clawwitter. The throw from the catcher, not in time. So Clawwitter is in at second after an error by the third baseman, Schilling.
What is that, 3 throwing errors this inning?
Yep.
You got to think the ball's slick. Must be.
Could be. They've all been multiple hop ground balls, a lot of contact with the surface. That could be it. Off the turf, gets in the hand a little bit slippery. The home run from Arzola, 386 feet off the bat into right field. Absolutely smoked.
Next in there is going to be Anthony Couch, the second baseman for the Prairie Flamingos. First pitch he sees just misses low for ball 1.
Going back to the dribbler to Schilling, I think he was also thrown off by the speed of Clawwitter. He got down the line pretty quickly.
Check swing, but he did go around. That is a strike.
Trenton Bridges is going to see 4 runs next to his name tonight. I believe only one of them are going to go under the category of earned runs. Not getting help from his defense tonight.
The pitch misses high. It's 2-0 now.
Braden, do you just throw your hands up as a pitcher? What more can I do?
Well, you just got to try to stay composed. Think about pitch by pitch. If you're doing your job, you're doing everything you can do. It's hard to put blame. I mean, obviously the easy person to blame is the pitcher, but sometimes it is a team effort at the end of the day. As that pitch misses again, and that's going to be another walk. So that'll be first and second, and this inning just seems like it doesn't want to end.
No, and it could have been over multiple times. Ground balls that are typically routine plays for these Blue Caps infielders. I've seen them send it over to this wall separating the first base line from the seats.
You mentioned an inning that never seems to want to end. The Chicago White Sox in the bottom half of the third at Rate Field put up 10. They're now up 17-1 over the Royals and are still threatening. They have 17 hits as well.
Wow. Major League Baseball, the third most exciting thing to watch. Dillon, any guesses on the first 2?
I'm going to guess Prospect League Baseball.
Prospect
KCL
League.
Baseball.
No, Prospect League comes in at a close 4th. World Cup got number 2 last night.
This ball's hit into right field. That's going to get through. The throw comes to the plate. It's going to be close. And he's in there. The throw gets away, though. Nobody's covering home. So 2 runs are going to score. He'll get all the way to second. And, man, nothing can go right for this Blue Caps defense right now. It's 8-1.
8-1. Dave Lingle has to be thinking about making a change on the mound. Not that it all boils down to Bridges, but with an arm throwing over there in the Blue Caps bullpen, see how long he hangs him out there.
Just begging for an out right now. The pitch is away. Off second. Throw goes to second. They've got him in a pickle. Throw goes to third. He's going to run him down. Flip over to second. He'll slap the tag on him, and they finally get that third out they've been looking for. Eventful inning, to say the least. We'll go to the next one. We'll see what it has in store. We'll be back in just a moment. Top of the 6th, ready to get started after a 6-run inning for the Prairie Flamingos. We'll start this one. Taking a second to get started as the pitcher steps off the mound. Now he's back. First pitch in there for strike 1. 1-1 count. He's got the 8-1 lead. Not a lot of pressure, obviously, as that pitch goes a little high all the way to the backstop. Missed the catcher completely.
With the weather so chaotic and normal, Dillon, I have to ask you, how does it affect the Belters? Delays, postponements?
Another pitch gets away. That's another ball, and it's 2-1.
Day in, day out, it's just you're ready to play. And I'd say it doesn't affect us too much as a squad. It's just you play every day, and it's kind of nice to have a day off sometimes. So we don't take it too emotional.
Dribble over to third, fielded cleanly, throw across the diamond, a stretch, but it is caught cleanly, and that's going to be the first out of this one.
I will say sometimes it's hard coming off a loss to get your next game banged, because you just want to get back out there and get back on a winning streak. So,
and you guys will have a chance at that tomorrow as O'Fallon comes to town to start off the second half of the season. That'll be a doubleheader tomorrow night starting here at the Corn Crib at 5 p.m.
We expect the Hoots to bring both their A game and our crowd mic back. A little bit of an enhancement to the broadcast coming soon.
Oh, that's right.
Hornbrook taking his at bat. It's 2-0.
Shout out KC.
Next pitch comes back with a fastball in the zone, and it moves the count to 2-1. The 2-1. Hit in the air around the first base bag. And he will make the catch. And a play that looked routine, looked a little difficult, but he does come down with it, and that makes it 2 outs in this inning. And that would be a big 0 to come back with after the 6-run inning from your offense.
Bum no one's commenting again on the fables. I would have loved to talk about the tortoise and the hare or the boy who cried wolf.
Next is going
A lot
to
of
be Braden
classics.
Montgomery doing the designated hitting today. First pitch he sees is a fastball in there for strike 1.
Jonah Roper, the Corn Belters pitcher, told a funny story that after he was pulled over heading to the Corn Crib for a speeding ticket, the
off-speeding, he had Montgomery fooled. Was swinging before, I think he was all the way through that swing before it even was caught.
Actually, excuse me, I believe Ryan Willard told the story after Roper was pulled over. But Willard said when he was pulled over, a cop one time said as he was leaving, remember, the tortoise beat the hare in the race. And that would get my blood boiling a little bit, especially after being handed a ticket.
Yeah.
Fastball
That's a good
misses
story.
high. The 1-2. Fastball chopped foul to the left side near the Blue Cap dugout.
I feel like I'd want to prove that officer wrong, though, and might speed up a bit more. Obviously, I wouldn't.
Fireworks going off in the left side of the field. The smoke has kind of put in a swing, and I think he fouled it off of himself. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Nope, he's going to walk back to the dugout, and I think he just swung and missed, and maybe not. No, he's just taking his time. Maybe he tweaked something on the swing, but he did make contact with the ball, so it'll be a foul ball.
With the break in the action, have you guys, I tried to find the top 10 fables. You ever heard of some of these? The lion and the mouse, the fox and the grapes, the crow and the pitcher? That might be a baseball story.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
What a pitch. Off-speed curveball drops in the inside part of the zone and gets Montgomery. So he'll walk back to the dugout. After this top half of the sixth, your score remains 8-1. You're listening to KCL Baseball on the Normal Corn Belters YouTube. Blaine Friedmansky is going to get us started here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. First pitch he sees is fouled off behind us. First strike one.
A night that's dragged on. I know sometimes even as a player, a game can feel long. An 8-1 ball game that featured a 6-run inning.
Another one up there. Fouled off again to make the count 0-2.
How do you stay locked in, Dillon? And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm always locked in. Is there any little quirks or things that you can do, or is it just chopping it up with your teammates?
I think it's really just, I think the talking, you got that nailed down. You talk about the game. You try not, another one fouled back. You try and talk about kind of your next at bat or things you're doing in the field. Sometimes getting distracted in those other conversations makes the game feel longer, to be honest, because the more you talk about the game, the more into it you are, and the faster it goes.
Foul again. Not one pitch has been thrown that Friedmansky hasn't swung at. He's fouled every single one off.
We talk about this when you guys are playing, Dillon, in the Prospect League, even in a game that may be a blowout.
Next pitch is low for ball one.
It's still cumulative statistics, right? You're sending them to your college coaches. Maybe some guys are in the portal, unsigned. So every at-bat holds the same weight to the hitter.
Chopped over to third. Fielded cleanly. Routine throw. He got him at first. And that's going to be the first out of this half of the inning. Next is going to be right back up to the top. Novotny is going to take another at bat here. And I think, how do we have Dillon call this one? Let's have Dillon do play-by-play for this.
All right,
next
let's see what I can do here, guys.
Let's see what we can do here.
Don't be too good. Don't. We need our jobs.
And first pitch on its way. That'll be a called strike on the outer half. Fastball.
Billups working quickly, getting right back on the rubber, ready to go again. And why not? He's been firing.
Oh, and we have a line drive to left field, and that is caught on the run by our left fielder right down the line. Good piece by the hitter,
That was Alec Novak.
Alec Novak.
Our scoreboard isn't working tonight, so we're having trouble a little bit with some of our entrances, as our website that we use sometimes doesn't have the numbers. We're trying to fumble around to figure out who's who sometimes, but
Roy
do our
Roseman due up next to face Blake Billups. Roseman, the hitter.
next pitch fouled off to the left side. Now go out of play.
So if Dune gets a chance to call play-by-play, do I have a chance or an opportunity to take an at-bat or maybe an inning in the field?
I think that's only fair.
Let's get Billy back up in here and let's ask him that question.
Yeah, why not? I know he doesn't care about stats, but he
Outside
can look at my
fastball.
senior year all he wants.
1-1.
Well, would the coach say you were a good contributor if, most of the year you were at the play? I don't know if we'd get the best coach's report.
Yeah, commitment was an issue for me during baseball season.
The ball misses, and it's 2-1.
I have to give you guys some credit. I wanted to watch the play before I said anything, and that was kind of hard for me to try and talk during the play. So I'm kind of impressed with you guys here.
Off speed misses away and makes it 3-1. He lost it a little bit on the arm side.
I think you'd see if you send us out there on the field, even for whoosh ball, you make a lot of stuff look easy, Dillon, that we'd made look not quite so.
Hitting the air to right. This should get down, and it will. Nice piece of hitting there from Roseman. Kind of off, didn't hit it all that hard, kind of towards the middle of the bat. Still caught enough of the wood to put it out into the outfield, and he'll get a base hit for it.
I won't loop Braden into this category, as he was a very respectable third baseman when we had some intern whoosh ball early in the summer. But I can speak for myself. That ball is not easy to catch, and I think had a guy, friend of the program, Mario.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and he'll advance to second. It's not going to really matter that much, as it does result in a walk.
Hit by pitch. Caught him on the inside. You were so invested in my whoosh ball story, I understand, Braden.
It's all
But
good.
I had a friend of the program, Mario. He came up to me. He said, "Alex, just catch it." I was like, "Man, I'm trying.
you were
I'm really
struggling
trying.
at third, yeah.
Plenty of pop-ups to third base. Wind was taking it all over.
Alex, do you think Mario is listening tonight? Do you think he's listening to the broadcast? As that pitch misses low and away for ball one?
I don't think so, but we have a new record, I believe, for KCL broadcast. A second comment in the chat. Little nepotism. It's a Romano.
Thank you, Mom.
1-0, fastball in there. They're going to try and backpick him. I
Oh.
think they got him. What a play. They do get him. Hornbrook fires one over to second and gets him a little bit too far off second. So that'll end the inning. A nice play for him. Something maybe you can take some momentum from. We'll go to the seventh. Anything can happen. It's 8-1, but we'll see. We'll be back in just a moment. First pitch in this top half of the seventh for Lynch. It misses high for ball one. The 1-0. Fastball. This one catches the zone, though. Moves the count to 1-1.
Lynch hoping to shut the door on the Blue Caps. A healthy 7-run lead. But as we saw in the Corn Belters game this week, 7 spot more than possible.
Goes with the fastball again. This one misses up and in for ball 2. Kind of a chilly night here for late June. Ball's hit in the air and foul. Move the count to 2-2. Alex, are you more of a fall weather person or more of a hot summer person?
It's a great question. I think I'm a little bit biased with my birthday coming in the fall, but as much as we all love baseball, of course we're here for a reason, football is king. I think the fall has to take the crown.
The 2-2. Inside. Just missed getting a piece of the Blue Cap hitter.
Is that a popular opinion among the booth?
Super.
I would say I like fall weather. I'm more of a cold weather person myself. Misses away, and that's going to be a full count walk. And he will walk to first. And the Blue Caps have a runner on. You got to start somewhere, right, Alex? You got to start somewhere.
As a high school geography teacher once said, how do you eat an elephant?
Bit by bit. Learned that one last night.
He's going to bring in Austin Lucas, the lefty, to face the lefty Lynch. Fastball in there for strike one. A high fastball. Got Lucas swinging.
I feel like there's so many better sayings than that one.
Shout out Mr. Kennedy, I believe, a Stevenson teacher. Friend Oliver Aurora gave us that tidbit.
0-1 fastball misses high. It's 1-1.
Logan Lynch plays his baseball at Parkland.
This ball's hit in the air to left field. It's going to be in foul ground. Can someone make a catch, though? Not quite. So it falls in between 3 Prairie Flamingos. It would have been the left fielder, Friedmanski, Novotny, the shortstop, and the third baseman, Clawwood, all running for that one.
And if anyone knows about getting runs back in a hurry at the Corn Crib, it's Parkland. They scored 17 runs in 1 inning when they came here to take on Heartland in a playoff game. Chance to head to the World Series. Parkland did advance, sending Heartland home.
The 1-2. Ripped up the middle. This is playable for the second baseman. Flips to short. Throw to first. In time. Double play for the Prairie Flamingos. And for the Blue Caps, that might just be it, if it wasn't already. Double play. Clears the bases, and now one last hitter, and they will have to do it with 2 outs.
If we're using the elephant analogy, it's as if everything you had eaten grew back, progress eliminated.
Drew Ward represents the last hope. He's dribbled up, tips off the pitcher's glove. Great play by the shortstop. Throw to first. In time. And the Prairie Flamingos will take this game 8-1. A little bit one-sided. A little bit of a slow one, but we got here. Your final is 8-1.
Dillon, what stood out to you tonight?
I got to learn a lot about the booth, to be completely honest, about how all these mics work and how the YouTube stuff works, and kind of dip my feet into it. I've never been in this side of baseball, so I thought this was a really cool experience, especially to do it with my older brother.
Yes, sir. It was awesome to have you on. Hope we can do it again for the KCL, should the Corn Belters away games ever be canceled. Hopefully not for your sake, and you guys get to go on the road to compete.
Or perhaps it would take some technological engineering on our end, but I've seen plenty of spring training clips where the guy on the field is a part of the broadcast.
There you go.
Hey, if we ever get to that point, I'm there.
And we could definitely hook you up with one of our mics. Obviously, this setup is wired, but we have some wireless ones. And if we can figure that out and mic you up for an inning, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be awesome. We'll
Our
see.
first step is to get the cameras back
Yeah,
here at the
we-
corn crib. Then we'll
let's be
get
clear.
to
We
on-field
kinda-
microphones.
We still have a ways to
We
go.
have a ways to go before we even probably think about that. But regardless, your final tonight, as we said, Flamingos 8, Blue Caps 1. We thank you for listening. For Braden Hartman, Alex Ferencz, Leo Romano, and Dillon Romano, we're saying so long, have a good night, and we will see you when there's more KCL action here at the Corn Crib.